have a property here, which we're walking, and it's a property where it looks like they have a lot of things from yesterday, so yesteryear, and it looks like a pretty solid property. What's always cool is that when you can find an additional property that isn't necessarily out on the market. So this property isn't in probate. It's actually a trust property, and the way that we found this property was through one of the probate records. This was an additional property that would have been in the estate, and so the public would not know about this property, but we're always asking questions. Is there another property? Is there another property? And guess what? You'll find times that there isn't. So this is one of those instances, and so we'll see what we can do on it. We're walking it, and obviously you're trying to get to a winning number for both parties, something that's fair for both people, both sides. So yeah, let's take a look at it. So we've got one bedroom there. So she said it's about 1,300 square feet plus an additional square footage in the back of how much? I think like 2 or so hundred, right?
17 in total.
So 1,700 square feet total. Okay. So, okay, so second bedroom. First bathroom. And then this would be your third bedroom. Yeah. Yeah. You've got the closet here. Okay.
Yeah, like this on this.
A little bit steep.
Yeah.
So
Mom fell from the
so far
top,
3 bedrooms.
The bottom on top of the
Okay.
walker.
It wasn't covered.
Living room.
Well, she went on the walker,
Oh, yeah, I
and she
remember
went to
that.
step, and
Yeah.
there we go.
Yeah. I let me see that.
Cabinets. Looks like okay. I mean, the plumbing and all that seems like it's pretty solid. All right, so we're here at a property. This is a property that's actually did go through probate by the same seller, and she wants us to take a look at it. They already have an offer on it. It's already too high. The reason that it's so high is because it's being sold to an end user, which essentially means that they don't need to make a profit on the property. They're going to move into the property and live in it. So they say, that's why the numbers won't work. But let's take a look at it and see what we've got. So it is a large lot, and all the land is on the front. I don't really particularly like the location because it's right next to the freeway, and so there's a lot of noise. So that's not very attractive, and it's not like this part of town is, as desirable. It's nice, but not to the point where the freeway will make a difference. It will make a difference. Yeah, it's actually a pretty old house. It looks like, so it's got stucco all the way around. It looks like a lot of deferred maintenance. I'm sure that it needs a new roof, but it looks actually the shingles don't look that bad.
No, it looks fine. The roof is fine.
Yeah, the shingles aren't that bad actually. Have a little garage here. It's an old garage, but it's still has value to the lot. Oh wow, it's got a huge back lot as well. For the Greater LA County area, these are huge lots. So I think it might be zoned for a multi-unit residence. So I would think that whoever would want to buy this house would rather add on and maximize the value of the property on the lot. But from what I'm told is that it's an end user. So the condition of the house is actually Yeah, so if she's looking at that high of a price on this property, yeah, we're gonna go look at some lots. Hi, this is Ernie from REI Leadership Academy, home of the Probate Fox, and I've got a deal that I've been working, and I just got the seller's counter offer. It's kind of interesting. This is a pretty clean deal. One of the things that we like to do as investors is make our sellers' lives as easy as possible and try to come in and leave, and making everybody's life as easy as possible. Well, unfortunately, somebody kind of butted into the deal that is a family friend, and they think that they're bringing support and assistance to their seller, whom I'm sure they really care about, but they're actually doing a great disservice. And as much as I'm trying to build logic into the seller and the seller's friend or family member, that family member just doesn't get it. They think that they know everything. They think that they've got all this expertise, and they really don't. In those instances, we do what we can, and we just really try to work with people. But sometimes we kind of hit like this dead end wall where like the other side just doesn't get it. Like their head is a little hard, and so sometimes you have to say no, right? And so in this instance, as much as I want to make this deal happen and I want to make it work, they're sort of like this thorn that just kind of keeps on poking, and I don't have time for that. I mean, I've got a lot of other sellers that I got to work with, and a lot of other people that I have to help, and it's just too much money, and life is so short. I don't want the drama. I don't want people causing me stress, and when we don't have to put up with it, we just walk away from it, and that's exactly what we're doing. So this is a beautiful deal. The seller and her relative are now asking me to do business with them. I've got to decide whether I want to or not. As of this moment, I don't. They keep asking for more. They're sending me another counter offer, and they're asking for more and more details. The seller actually, I would say, loves me and my team, and because we had such a nice bond with each other. But unfortunately, it's that relative or family friend that's making life difficult for them. And you have to be able to recognize that when that happens to you, be able to say no and walk away. There's a lot of power in that. There's a lot of power in you knowing your value and knowing your worth, and knowing that that you don't have to do every single deal. And so as great as this property is, you guys will get to see how there's so much opportunity in this for everybody to make some money. I'm still willing to walk away from it. So unless they change their terms and get a little more level-headed, I'm out. So like this video, give us some comments, and I look forward to talking to you again.